students, welcome back to the online class. So the first lesson is reproduction in organisms. So in the previous class we have discussed about what is reproduction and its types. Okay, so the types of reproduction were sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. So today let's start with the asexual reproduction. As we all know what is reproduction, which means production of new offsprings of its own kind. Now let's say about the asexual reproduction. So here asexual reproduction is the mode of reproduction that is involved in the production of offsprings by a single parent. So here only one parent is involved for the production of new offspring. Okay. Now let's say about the characteristics of asexual reproduction. Here single parent involved. That means what? Only one parent is involved. Second point, it is no fertilization or gamete formation takes place. There is no formation of gamete. So if there is no gamete, then how can there be fertilization? So no fertilization takes place. This process occurs in a very short time. Here it means for asexual reproduction we do not need a longer period of time. We can complete it within a very short period of time. The organisms multiply and grow rapidly. Here multiply means the organisms, they will increase in number, and grow rapidly means they can grow very fast. The offsprings are genetically and morphologically identical to each other. That is, they are the clones of their parents. The offsprings will be genetically and morphologically. Here morphologically means physically. Okay, the outlook and even the genetical characters, it will be very much similar and identical to each other, and also they are what? They are very much similar to their parents. So since they are very much identical, so they are known as clones. Sometimes you may be asked like why the offsprings produced by asexual reproduction are called clones. So your answer will be what? Because they are what? Genetically and morphologically identical to each other. Now let's see about the types of asexual reproduction. So some of the types of asexual reproduction are binary fission, budding, fragmentation, regeneration, vegetative propagation and sporogenesis. Okay, so now let's discuss about all these different types one by one. First let's see binary fission. Here the term fission means to divide. What does fission means? It is to divide. Okay, the parent cell divides into two cells. So what is getting divided here? The parent cell. Okay, so for example amoeba, euglena and paramecium. So binary fission may take place in these three types of organism, and these organisms are amoeba, euglena and paramecium. Now let's take an example of amoeba and see like how the parent cell is getting divided into two cells. So let's see this point again. The parent cell divides into two cells, each daughter cell carrying a nucleus of its own that is genetically identical to the parent. So here the parent cell, when it is getting divided into two, what they will take? They will have nucleus. Okay, both the cells, they will have nucleus, and that nucleus, they will have the genetic material which is similar to the parent. Okay, which is very much identical to the parent. Okay, so you can see this image here. See this image. What? This is the structure of a amoeba, and this blue color is what? It is the nucleus, and the remaining light blue. Okay, these are what? These are the cytoplasm. Okay, so now what happens? Elongation of nucleus. At first what will take place? Elongation of nucleus. This blue nucleus, it is getting long. Yes, so this is what? Elongation. And now in the next step what happens? Division of nucleus and cytoplasm. Okay, now what will get divided? This elongated nucleus, it will get divided into two. Half will come here, here, and the half of it will come here. Okay, so it is getting divided into two, and at the same time this cytoplasm will also get divided. Okay, so finally we will get what? Two daughter cells. Okay, so from one parent amoeba we are getting how many daughter cells? We are getting two. So that is why this process is known as binary fission. The cytoplasm also divides, leading to two equal sized daughter cells. Yes, we are getting what? Two equal sized daughter cells. Yes, 1, 2. Yes. So the process repeats itself and the daughter cells grow and further divide. So this process again what? It will repeat. Okay, like this is what? Now this can be one another parent cell and this can be another parent cell. So again from this what? We will get again two daughter cells, yes, which is very much similar genetically and morphologically. They will be very much similar to their parent. Okay, so this is what? Binary fission. Now let's discuss the another type, which is budding. So budding means the process of producing an individual through the buds that develop on the parent body. The bud detaches from the parent body once it is fully grown. Example, yeast and hydra. Yes, so we can see budding where in yeast and hydra. Okay, these are the two organisms. And what? There will be formation of buds. Okay, and also this bud, when it gets mature, they will get detached, means they will get separated from the parent body. Okay, so where the bud is getting formed, let's see here in this image. Okay, these are what? This is a yeast cell. In the yeast cell we can see nucleus and also we can see vacuole. Yes, now in the second image we can see here formation of bud. This is what? This is the bud. And in the third step we can see that the nucleus, okay, this nucleus is moving towards the bud. Okay, and in the fourth step we can see that this bud is getting fully mature, because what is formed here? Nucleus is also formed and also vacuole is formed. Okay, so now it is fully matured. Now it can get detached from its parent body. Okay, so in this image here we can see that two daughter cells are formed, means two daughter yeast, and from this one we can see that another bud formation is also taking place. Now for this bud, this is what? This is the parent yeast. Okay, so in this way similarly there can be budding in hydra also. Okay, I'll show you the image. This is the image of budding in hydra. You can see here, see, this is the bud which is formed here in hydra. Okay, and the bud will be what? Slowly it will be fully developed. Okay, when it is fully developed and it gets mature, now again this portion will get detached. See here, it is getting detached from the parent body. Okay, so this is also the budding which is taking place in hydra. Now let's see the another type of asexual reproduction, that is fragmentation. Here parent body divides into several fragments. Fragments means small pieces or small parts. Okay, it will be broken, okay, into small pieces. Each fragment develop into a new organism. Now from each of the fragments or each of the pieces we can get a new organism. Okay, for example Spirogyra and Planaria. So on the right hand side we can see the image of a Planaria where fragmentation is taking place. Okay, fragments means it is getting broken. See, this Planaria, it is broken into three parts. Yes, this is the head part, this is the middle portion and this is the tail. Okay, even from this head part we are getting a new individual. Even from this middle portion also we are getting a new individual. Even from this tail portion also we are getting a new individual. Okay, so this is what? Fragmentation. So see here, from this single parent we are getting how many daughter planarias? We are getting 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so this is fragmentation. The next type is regeneration. So now here let's see what is regeneration. What does regeneration means? Power of growing a new organism from the lost body part. So regeneration means what? To grow back new organism from the lost body parts. Okay, for example, when a lizard loses its tail, a new tail grows. Yes, we have seen some of the lizard with missing tail. Yes, sometimes, but those lizards, they can grow back their tails. So growing back a new tail is what? It is a regeneration. This is because the specialized cells present in the organism can differentiate and grow into a new individual. So how is it possible? Because those organisms like lizards, okay, they have what? Some specialized cells, which cells are mainly meant for differentiating and also for growing back into a new individual.
Okay, for example, Hydra planaria. So we can see regeneration type of asexual reproduction in Hydra and planaria. So on the right hand side, image of planaria is given. So here, after getting fragmented, this planaria is getting fragmented, means it is broken down into pieces. So from the head part is regenerating its other parts like tail and the middle portion. Yes, even from the middle portion it is regenerating back its head and even the tail. Okay, even from the tail portion it is regenerating back its head. Okay, so this is all about regeneration. In the same way, Hydra also, they can regenerate their lost body parts and they can develop into a new individual. Let's see the next type, that is spore formation. So from the name itself we come to know that there will be formation of spores. Okay, the organisms develops sac like structure called sporangium that contains spore. Okay, here the word sac means bag like. Okay, like a bag. Okay, so some of the organisms, they develop a bag like structure which is known as sac. Okay, and those are called as sporangium. So that sac like structures are the sporangium, and inside the sporangium what we can find? We can find spores. Okay, under favorable condition the sporangium bursts, opens and spores are released. What sporangium? Which is a sac like structure, means it is a bag like. So that bag like structure, it will break. Okay, it will break, it will open, and then what will come out? The spores will come out of the sporangium. So spores are released, and these spores germinate to give rise to new individuals. So from these spores we get what? New individuals. Okay, so on the right hand side again we have an image of rhizopus. This is the image of a rhizopus, which is a fungi. Okay, rhizopus. Okay, so in rhizopus we can see sporangium. Okay, so this is what? Sporangium is a asexual reproductive organ. Okay, and inside the sporangium we have what? Loads of spores. Okay, very small spores. Okay, and from these spores what we can get? We can get new organism, means new rhizopus we can get. Okay, so under favorable conditions, when the condition and when the environment, when the temperature is suitable for them to burst, this sporangium, it will break. Okay, and from here we can get the spores. So here we can see the sporangium already burst out and the spores are ready to be released. Okay, this is the other image of rhizopus showing spore formation. So we can see some of the spore formations even on the ferns. This is the other image of spore formation in fern. Okay, we can see lots of sporangium here. Yes, and from the sporangium we can get the spores. So this process of spore formation is also known as what? Sporogenesis. S-P-O-R-O-G-E-N-E-S-I-S. Okay, sporogenesis. Now here we are with the last type of asexual reproduction, which is vegetative propagation. So here let's see what is vegetative propagation. In plants, asexual reproduction occurs through their vegetative parts such as leaves, roots, stem and buds. So in some of the plants we can see that we can get a new plant from their vegetative parts like leaves. From leaves also we can get another new plant, even from the roots we can get new plant, even from the stem or from the buds also. Yes, so this type of reproduction is called what? Vegetative propagation. Okay, so when the reproduction takes place from the vegetative parts of a plant, then those are called vegetative propagation. Okay, and what are the vegetative parts? Those may be leaves, roots and stem, or it may be buds. Okay, example: potato tubers, rhizome, runner or stolon, offset, onion bulbs. So these are some of the examples. Okay, all reproduced through vegetative propagation. So we can get new potato plant from potato tubers. From rhizome of ginger we can get ginger plant. Even from the runner or stolon of some of the plants we can get new plant. Offset of water hyacinth, maybe we can get a new plant from water hyacinth. Onion bulbs, from the onion bulbs also we can get a new plant. Yes, so these structures are called vegetative propagules. So, what is vegetative propagules? The structures from which vegetative propagation takes place are called vegetative propagules. Okay, do remember all these terms. So, these are some of the plant parts where vegetative propagation takes place. That's it for today. Let's continue the remaining part in the next video, where we shall discuss about the vegetative propagation.